Today, on another note,
I came across this video. It was on Vice, and it was about women who do body enhancements, and more so butt enhancements. There's a stigma about Dominican women because majority of the time they're very attractive. They look like us, but I don't know. They got like a special little juice. Some of them, most of them, all of them. Like sometimes you could just look at a woman and just be like, she's Spanish.
I want to clear the air about this clean your vagina situation.
That is clearing the air though. That is clearing the air.
If you have your period and you wear your pad for too long, you wear a soiled pad for a long period. Hello, some women do it. Don't watch me that way.
But all women want that potpourri smell all day long.
Your vagina cannot smell like springtime constantly.
Welcome back to On Another Note, which is not your average talk show, which is why you're watching. Ladies,
Pretty much.
how you feeling?
Good. Nice.
What
I'm
about
so
your week?
energized today.
Oh yeah, nice. Wow, and it's early. What about your week? Any exciting stories to share?
Well, I had a really great time at the gourmet soiree hosted by the BVI Tourist Board.
Yes.
It was awesome, ladies.
I
It
heard,
was really awesome. So one of the highlights for me was watching our governor party hardy to the local
Yeah, he's
music.
like pretty cool.
It was
That's like
awesome.
viral. Your footage is viral right now.
Awesome. But just being able to see, especially having a young governor and being able to see him in this type of element where you don't feel he's unreachable.
Yeah.
He's a normal person doing normal things, very relatable. Shouts out to you, Governor Jasper. I really thought
Governor
it was amazing. And they had an auction. They were raising funds for the BVI Culinary Institute, and I thought it was awesome. So
Nice.
good.
Anyone else have any cool stories?
My week was cool, just cool.
Well, the week before, I'll tell you, I did the Level Up Challenge workshop.
Come
with
on.
Stone Juice.
So you didn't do any training for us so that we could learn?
I can show you what I learned. I can
Alright.
do that.
Okay.
I'm being serious right now. I can show you guys.
I am very serious
You
too.
know?
Okay.
Really?
I think the audience would like to see that as well. No,
I
but
think so too.
it was pretty cool. So shout out to my good friend Chip Pemberton who hosted the workshop. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Let's just say your girl didn't do as good as she thought.
I'm going to still give you the high five.
Yeah. But I think because I have a larger body, sometimes it looks like I can do it. So if I do a little something, everything is shaking. So it's like, oh, she's doing something good. But anyways, ladies, let's get into the topic today. Is the Earth flat or round? I know, y'all are looking at me like, what kind of question is that? But
Christopher Columbus, I don't put that to bed already.
This is why I'm now.
This is actually a trending topic right now. So a lot of persons, those of you in TV land and social media land may have come across different videos and different persons talking about the flat Earth theory.
And you know what I do? Scroll up.
No, but it's actually, it's a big thing. It's bigger than you know. And it's even touched down here where a few popular local celebrities have been talking about it on their various pages and what have you. I'm serious.
What's the logic behind
Up
that?
to last November, I think it was, that in North Carolina, they hosted a flat Earth conference, an international conference. So they had persons from Australia, from the UK, from the US, all converging in that one space. And they were actually selling like memorabilia about the flat Earth theory. So what they say is that in the center of the Earth, of the flat Earth, so Earth is like a plate. That's what they say. And that in the center is the North Pole. And that so there's a land and sea around that. And on the edge, so that nothing falls off, is like a thick layer of ice.
Really?
I'm not joking. Y'all look at me like, what is she talking about?
Really?
They
Christopher Columbus
disregard
did
NASA
this.
altogether.
Right,
They
he said
disregard
that.
satellite photos. They disregard
Exactly.
the man traveling to the moon.
This just
One small step for mankind. Anyway,
Somebody
we just
Armstrong.
disregard that whole
we did a poll on our Facebook page, and some people voted that yes, they agree that the Earth is flat.
Well, y'all just go ahead to the edge and fall off then.
That's what I was about to say. Just put them all on a nice little boat and take them to the
I
edge.
just thought that was a very interesting.
It is
note
interesting.
to begin on, but we can continue the conversation on our Facebook page. So let us know, what do you think? Do you think the Earth is flat or round? And explain why. Why do you think so?
On another note, on what's real and fake, I was scrolling across my Facebook page, and I came across this video. It was on Vice, and it was about women who do body enhancements, and more so butt enhancements. And this is like maybe the second or third video that I saw. I think BET did a special about the booty, and this is the second video where I see singer K. Michelle.
But anyhow, let's go.
You have a lot of booty.
need to watch these things, but there you go.
So K. Michelle, the singer, and she's also a cast member of Love and Hip Hop, she was on there talking about recently she had her butt enhancements taken out. I think it was silicone or something like that. She had injections and she got them taken out because of her health. The silicone had traveled through to her blood, and she was at risk for practically just almost dying.
It's just crazy.
And, you know, it was about women who want to look good for social media, for the gram, for Facebook, having this flat stomach and perky boobs and banging butt. And I was like, the lengths people go to, almost dying on people operating tables just to look like a filter, basically.
Yes.
Mine is real.
Exactly.
Mine is real, by the way.
Yeah.
But
We know this. You hide it well, but we know.
I always wanted to know. I actually want to hear the male's perspective as to what the whole hoopla is all about.
I don't think they care.
Actually, I think they
Men
do care.
do. Men look at that area there before they look at your face. I think so, and I feel that is what puts more pressure on the poor ladies. You know, from every nationality.
I
The
would have felt that way,
Dominicanos,
but-
the ones from BVI. I think every nationality, men just look at that area before they look at
So
your
then,
face.
Bertha, from
Spanish
a
women have spoiled it for
Dominican.
us.
Oh, I was gonna ask Bertha, from a Dominican perspective. I know here in the BVI we have a stigma towards. I'm putting it out there because it's
love
fact.
y'all.
There's a stigma about Dominican women because majority of the time they're very attractive. They look like us, but I don't know. They got like a special little juice. Some of them, most of them, all of them. Like sometimes you could just look at a woman and just be like, she's Spanish, and most of the time she's Dominican. So. And they're normally very curvy, very voluptuous, or sometimes not. They're just beautiful women to me. I might be attracted to some of them based off of how they keep themselves.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion on women who stigmatize or look down on Dominicans for especially maybe being boxed in or even accused of enhancing themselves because they're so out there, sexy?
I don't know if we have enough time for me to explain, but I'll begin by saying I don't think that there is anything wrong with a woman trying to look good. I know that Dominican women, they go a little extra because, for example, I do a little, facial, a little scrubbing, but they're taking it to another level where they would make the waist a little smaller.
Waist
And
trainers.
yes, waist trainers, and then there is the extreme,
The surgery.
the surgery. But if you feel like you want to look good and if you can afford it, by all means,
You know what? I'm gonna clap on that. You know why? Because I think it's our prerogative to look as best as we can look. Whatever extreme that is for you, that's your
That's
extreme.
you.
And
That's
hopefully
true.
we all want to do what is healthy for our bodies.
Well, that's my tip, because I'm like, one is not physically okay as you described with K. Michelle, because I remember she said that in the mini documentary that they looked at her butt under like an X-ray and it was black, like it wasn't tissue anymore, it was just hardened material that was going through her body. So on a physical health note, I think it's just, I don't think that is right, one. And two, on a mental health note, I think about what does it mean for persons who have to go through that extreme to fit in these boxes. And I'm an advocate
glad
for
you
natural
said
beauty. I'm an advocate for being who you are. Not everyone is going to be shaped like Adriana. No, I can say, because Adriana has a really big booty. Y'all ain't seeing it right now. Or even like Berta, my butt is just coming to come. But no, but I mean, like, I think that you should just be who you are, but be your best self. So if you are a little heavier than you would like to be, just lose some weight or what have you. If you want a toned tummy or whatever, do some sit-ups or whatever. But to get this quote-unquote perfect body
And
thing,
the quick fixes.
yeah, like just don't do it.
And don't do it for no man.
Exactly.
Or no woman. Do it for yourself.
I actually like the idea. Sorry, I just like the idea that you were talking about with the mental aspect. So let me just comment on that. That's my main issue. It's a part of this whole era of social media body dysmorphia, because a lot of times young people, young women, they're looking at the video vixens and TV, and they want to make themselves into these images that they watch. And it's actually a diagnosis. It's a diagnosis of social media body dysmorphia. You look at yourself in the mirror and you expect to see what you have conditioned your mind is normal. But not because you see somebody on TV with the hourglass shape. We're a diverse race. We're just diverse people. So the expectation that everybody should look identical with big boobs, small waist, big hips is just irrational. And that's the mental part of it. And it's a serious issue. And I don't mind people trying to do things to make themselves feel better, but try to have your own identity. So I'm right there with you, April, on that one.
I wanted to make a comment, especially directed to the doctor, because I believe, maybe you can look at this. I find that over the past few years or decades, if we really think about it, first it was really skinny, no-shaped women with big boobs. Then we decided everybody needed to have a lower body. And no
From
one
the Kim
really cared.
Kardashian.
Yeah, so then it went into the lower
world.
body thing, but so I feel like just like trends change with fashion, it is now becoming a part of our body construct, changing with fashion. And I just wanted to know from Dr. Shaq whether Shaq Attack has seen this in your industry, where you find a lot of people are coming in and they want to have perfect squared eyebrows, when back in the day we had the really thin lines.
Exactly.
What I don't want to do is sit here and be hypocrite. So let's just put it out there. So there's a part of dermatology that's very, very cosmetic. I don't know if you guys have heard of lip fillers. So now we're talking about body shaping, but there's facial rejuvenation and facial reshaping that's happening as well. Yeah, so you can use fillers to inject into the face, make your lips thicker, make your cheekbones more prominent.
Michael Jackson.
Actually, that's more plastic surgery, but now you're going into these non-invasive things like Botox and all of these things. So things can be gradual. You don't have to make a dramatic change on what you look like, but you're just kind of accentuating or rejuvenating what you look like, and that's nothing is wrong with that.
Be your kind of beautiful, right?
I agree.
But
Just look at us. Just look
beautiful,
at us.
Yeah. Yeah, but and I just like to say too, as a mom, like I've been trying to put it in my daughter's head, and eventually my son, that they are
Beautiful just the way they are.
The way that they are.
Yeah,
I think at this time we're gonna take a short commercial break, and we will be right back on another note.
All right.
I want to clear the air about this clean your vagina situation.
That is clearing the air, though. That is clearing the air.
If you have your period and you wear your pad for too long, you wear a soiled pad for a long period. Hello, some women do it. Don't watch me that way.
But all women want that potpourri smell all day long.
Your vagina cannot smell like springtime constantly.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142. At Blossoms, Our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
Exactly.
Welcome back to On Another Note. Take it over, Queen Bee.
On another note, let's jump right into our love note. And today's hot topic, marriage and monogamy.
What about it?
Is monogamy natural? And is it actually supported by the Bible? I say yes to the two questions. But before I give you my opinion, I want to hear from you. Is monogamy natural?
No.
There's a book out there by a local author. That is called The Monogamy Mystery. You guys, shameless plug, you should go out and purchase that book.
Tell me.
And you know, it talks about precisely this. It talks about the fact that in Bible days, monogamy was not natural. It talks about
I disagree.
that. The fact that it was not in Bible days
I
because you had
disagree, but
multiple
continue.
wives.
Yes,
It was
you had
not.
multiple
You had
wives.
multiple wives in
And
the Bible.
concubines.
And concubines,
there.
and that was allowed.
That too.
That was the law then. However, the Bible talks about keeping the law of your land. So for me, the law of our land says you are not allowed to be married to more than one person. So it is not. It may be
So you
natural
have a
to
wife,
have connections,
but you're citing
but
unofficial.
the law says you
That's what I'm
can't.
I love what you just said.
Adri,
Hold on.
exactly.
Somebody tell me I should stop tapping people in. You know who you are. But anyhow, you hear what Adri just said, so having the sighting is okay then. So then we should make having a sighting illegal.
You got my vote for that.
Listen,
Where we thought this topic was
listen,
going.
I'm just saying. That's illegal. Polygamy is illegal, but it's okay to have 3 and 4 sightings.
It's not right.
Let's
That's
send
not
the jail.
the law.
The jail won't be big enough for everybody.
while I was doing my
Men
little
and women.
research, I know these girls going to come at me with the king, what's his name, Solomon, and King David thing.
Oh, not just them.
All the men in the Bible had multiple women.
And listen, we know that God allows us to do what we want to do, but it does not mean that God was in agreement of the way that Solomon and David lived.
But that was the law then.
Yeah,
They were
but-
allowed to.
more than theirs.
But the question is, does the Bible really teach and support this this theory about
Yes, it
men?
does actually. It
No,
supports
I
polygamy.
disagree. I disagree with that. Not because these men choose to live that way. It means that God was in agreement with them. And then we have other scriptures that tell us that Jesus, a man should love his wife the way Jesus loved the church. We have that one, and also it's inviting men to leave their parents and cling to your wife. To me, these are very supporting.
It is
multiple
supportive,
wives
right?
that they
But
were
remember,
No.
the Bible is
Cling
also
to your wife.
two-phase. The timing is two-phase in the Bible. So in the Old Testament, it was allowed and it was a part of culture to have multiple wives. That is just how it was in the Old Testament. When Jesus came into the picture, there's some things that were readdressed. So one of the things that was readdressed is the fact that, you know, okay, husbands be faithful to your one wife. That's what was said. But the law in that time still wasn't that they would have one wife.
I disagree with that, Sister Angel.
it's church.
Respectfully, because there's certain
Summary.
things that we don't understand. But one thing is for sure, God cannot contradict Himself. And if He tells me this is what you're going to do, it's the same thing my children and my grandparents are expected to do. So I do agree that a man should not have more than one woman, not a wife and a side thing, not 2 wives, 3 wives. My humble opinion.
Can I break up the biblical chat?
I want to too. Let's talk about the realistic
example.
Let's come out of
I know I-
BC
this
era,
is-
please, and come into 2018 about a realistic, about women and men who are married, and men and women who have their side things.
And it's not. And the thing is,
It's normal
what we
in
need to address is that it's
communities. You
normal.
know who belong to who, and you know who married to who. You even know who children belong to who, and sometimes it don't happen until somebody die, and next thing you know, you got all kind of extended brothers and sisters, and that's where even the law comes into play. The Status of Children Act here in the
I
BVI,
agree
giving
with you.
children, because before up until 2014, 2013,
2012. That's when the law. Yeah.
Boss,
Yes.
don't kill me. Before that law came into place, children born out of wedlock were deemed illegitimate.
They were
Yes,
called
that's true.
bastards according to the law.
So it didn't matter if you, especially from men, because that's normally the children who would suffer. The children who were born by husbands for different women. When the husband died, the children got nothing because they were deemed as illegitimate. They were not born into the wedlock. But no, we changed that, and these children now have a say in whatever the father's assets are. So when we look at things like monogamy and if it's right or wrong, we have to learn, come out of that frame of mind and think about who it affects. And the reality of it is that whether you think it's right or wrong, it's real. It's happening, and men do it all the time. Let's talk about men, because men are the ones who really bear the seed. They have several seeds for several different women, whether they're married to them or not. And the children are the ones who have to bear the burdens, whether they're involved or included, or whether they're not, and they find out afterwards. I know of someone who came out and said they found out who their real father, or found out who their real father was. It wasn't who they thought it was, which was their mother's husband, and how it made them feel, and what struggles that they had. And for us to look down on even his mother for saying, okay, well, she had 2 men and she wrong, or whatever the case is. We are a small community.
I still think it's unnatural though, because I for sure will not be happy if my husband come and tell me, well, I pick up a side thing.
He's not gonna tell you. You're gonna
But
find
even-
out some
no,
other way. You're gonna find a child that
But
looks like he and want to know
the point is, I will
he
still
belong
not be
to.
happy, and that's because it is unnatural.
But then why are you? That's the thing. That's can I break it up a
It's
little
not
bit?
natural.
Because
It's not natural.
How many
It
children? How
is
many people
practice,
think
but
that
it's
is
not
natural and
natural.
natural?
No, monogamy is a choice. I mean, all of the where we were talking about in the Bible, that was a law of the land then. Now monogamy is a choice. Okay, so there are good men and good families, women out there who choose one partner and stay there. So not everyone is gonna have multiple partners, but I feel like to answer what you're bringing is it's a choice. That's what that's where we are right
It's
now.
a choice that you
in
can even have a
2018.
divorce. You don't even have to. And I mean, I thought divorce was frowned upon for how long until recently. So if you choose not to be with somebody and you want to get a divorce and go with somebody else, then that's your choice, boo.
This is it. This is what I wanted to say in terms. I had a long chat with a friend of mine recently about this same thing, because you know, as I get older, I'm looking at things a lot differently now, and I question why it is that we even feel any type of way if it is that our significant others step out on us, you know. And I started to think of Beyonce, you know. She has this song called Jealous, and I was like, you know, that, and I resonated with it because that's how I felt. I mean, my man stepped out on me, and that's exactly how I felt. It was jealousy. It wasn't so much, I don't think you love me anymore.
It's a mixture.
It's a mixture of
Yes.
emotions, but I think it's more so because now she's getting what you get, or you thought that was only special for you.
And me being
But
Dominicans, all
there
of
you go.
those,
So,
all
and I'm
of
not
those
saying that
feelings
to
of
say
just
it's
being
right.
enhanced.
I'm not saying that it's right, but I think like in terms of how we think about even relationships and how they're supposed to go and what have you, I think the reality is it doesn't necessarily fit in a box as to how your relationship should look, how people should act, or in terms of ownership and stuff like that. I'm not saying go ahead and be free and do what you want, but I think you should be very clear with your partner. And as you say, it's a choice. If it is that that's what you want, just say, well, I want to be free.
You want to be in
I
an open
hear you,
relationship.
April.
And say that.
And some people need to mind it.
We gotta switch it up a little bit. It's about that time. So on another note, we need to get to our health and beauty tip. All right? I want to clear the air about this clean your vagina situation.
That is clearing the air, though. That is clearing the air.
Listen,
Why do we feel that we need to do extra things to clean the vagina? So we're gonna clear the air on feminine hygiene.
Okay.
So sometimes people do things like they do douches. What are some of the other things? People put finger, right? Or fingers. They
Yes.
put extra soap. They put things inside of the vagina. And actually the side effect of those things are vaginal dryness, vaginitis, which means irritation of the vaginal wall. And then you can get a multitude of just repeated yeast infections.
But
And
all women
yeast
want that
infections are very
potpourri
uncomfortable.
smell all day long.
or the
Hell,
minty
in case anything
lemon
happens
salt
at any
scent.
moment,
Okay.
we just want to be
Why?
ready.
You're not a floor. Why you want to smell squeaky clean?
I
like
was
that?
just going to say, your vagina cannot smell like springtime constantly. It has a neutral smell. It has a neutral
No,
smell.
I'm listening to y'all, and I'm
So listen, let's talk about smells then, right? Since this is one of the reasons why you clean the vagina with other things. Smells. Your vagina can smell for many different reasons, right? One is if you have an infection. If you have an infection with a heavy discharge, that discharge is going to smell. Another reason is if you have your period and you wear your pad for too long, you wear a soiled pad for a long period. Hello, some women do it. Don't watch me that way, right? But you really should customarily at least change your pads around 3 to 4 times a day. Like I would say each bathroom break you should change. However, some persons may have a heavier period and you have to change more frequently. You can also have a smelly vagina from an imbalanced vaginal pH. Now that gets me to the physiological part now. So your body was already created with a cleaning mechanism. And that balanced pH, a pH is, it's like a pole. Think about a pole where one extreme is alkaline, like Clorox. The other extreme is acidic, like acid, right? But you want to find a middle ground where you have a little bit of both. And your vagina normally should have a normal balanced pH around 7. So at the end of the day, when you have a balanced pH, your vaginal discharges, which is also normal, and people clean their vagina to remove the discharge, you have a physiological discharge. So you should almost always have something flowing from the vagina. That discharge changes as your menstrual cycle proceeds. So let's say right after your period, it's a little bit more runny. Then shortly after that, it becomes kind of cloudy, but thick, exactly, Adri. And then when it gets to the ovulation period, it gets sticky, like mucus. So you could grab the semen, hello, so you could get the best of the semen. You don't want the semen anymore?
I have 3.
So at the end of the day, when your vaginal discharges are normal, your vagina is balanced. So I think what we should focus more on is doing things that balance your pH, not necessarily the things that clean out the vagina. Your body has a good balance. Yeah, stop cleaning it. It has a good it has a good balance.
Look at this the same.
Exactly. Did you guys know that you have good bacteria?
Of course.
Yes,
You have good bacteria, lactobacilli, one of the main ones. And then you have good yeast. So they must live in harmony. Sometimes when that bacteria actually gets a little low, your yeast overgrows and then you get a yeast infection. But you should have a nice balance between the two. I see my producer raising a hand. I don't know what that means.
So I have a question. You know, some people go without undies.
Yes.
You just stated that you have a discharge.
Yeah.
There's a daily discharge. Everyone has a discharge. So what happens, what can you tell us about someone who may not have a discharge? Because I find it impossible that you're going without undies, because where's that discharge going?
I agree with you. I feel like it.
Child, I ain't wearing no underwear right now. It's a normal course of action for me.
I think you can't breathe it out. It's not gonna flow like a river. You know, you just had a bath, and maybe for the first 2 hours, 3 hours after your bath, you're dry. You don't have much discharge coming. And then the second part is it depends. Unless you're thinking about something else, April. In the middle of our session.
I'm just saying, like, let's be real. That should be really flow.
Then pretty much then you don't want one of those kind of accidents, but then it also relates to part of your cycle. So if it's that middle ground between you had your period but you're not ovulated yet, then you don't make as much of a discharge then. So you kind of know your body, you feel it out, you know when you can take that chance and you can actually do that. But let's just talk about foods that give you that healthy vagina.
Yeah.
Do you
Talk
guys
about
know?
pineapple.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So there's a philosophy out there where what you eat is what he tastes.
Right.
You guys know about that?
Wait. I need a disclaimer.
Say the list.
Mommy, turn it off.
What you eat, Age, we talked about one, pineapple.
Doing it before you, so she's
So pineapples is a popular one because it's more so acidic and it plays on that vaginal balance and you can actually taste it. But let me just quickly list off some of those other foods. Watermelon, red grapes, also citric things. So like cranberry juice.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
They even helps with UTIs, right?
Okay, exactly.
Why do I know so much
Celery
vagine
is
stuff?
another one. And of course, yogurt. And I just want to mention too, especially yogurts with probiotics.
Listen, y'all go out and grab these things at a supermarket today.
So those things promote a healthy vaginal pH, and that way your normal mechanisms they work.
But Dr. Shakima, you mentioned probiotics, but I didn't really find probiotics until now in my adult life.
That's true.
And now I've made it my business to find probiotics for my little girl because she's a girl. So I was like, wait, if probiotics helps my vaginal health and immune system, etc., then it should also promote hers. And I found some little gummy bears, probiotics for toddlers.
Yes.
So tell us the importance of probiotics. And there's also, is it prebiotics? And
There is a prebiotic, but I think all of it is playing on giving you different forms of normal bacteria, right? Of the normal flora, that's what we call it. You need those to help with your digestion. A lot of the systems in our bodies actually balance out with some of the byproducts of these normal bacteria.
Right.
Lactobacilli is a very, very famous one. So you'll see a lot of them maybe in milk and even yogurt. They have the supplements, they have the gummy bears. So yes, they're pretty good for stomach health, vaginal health, and just your overall system.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about that list. And since that I changed my diet, most of them were there. So I'm thinking that.
So you're trying to say that?
Yes, yes.
doesn't that affect the men as well? What they eat also comes out through their
I wish.
fluids, don't it? Like if they eat a lot of meat or coffee,
There
it can
is a
also
philosophy,
throw off your
yeah,
pH
yeah.
when it's combined with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
You
yeah.
live in La Vida Loca
That's a
and they
whole
come
other
with their
topic.
imbalance.
So we're going to come back to the
Oh, yeah,
men,
okay.
right?
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about cotton panties and well, I know,
Versus-
from my own experience, those kind of underwear also don't, they're not the best
Yeah.
for you to wear long term. Or
Right.
if,
You need breathable panties.
Yes.
Breathable.
Yes.
So
I
not
know a
lace,
lot of
not silk. No? Okay.
Well, I mean, you do that when you're entertaining.
I like how she put that.
When you're entertaining.
When you're entertaining.
That's what I call it. When I'm entertaining. So I would like us to continue some more of this juicy topic, but certain things I can't say while the camera is on. So we're gonna take a quick break. On another note, we'll be right back.
All right.
Still bottom juicy.
You love good food? Well, circle the month of November on your calendar. Why? The BVI invites you to the 5th annual BVI Food Fest. During the month of November, the BVI invites you to experience a collection of culinary experiences at the BVI Food Fest. Special menus at restaurants, catered events, and special culinary excursions all in the BVI during the month of November. Gourmet for a Cause, October 27th. Taste of Tortola, November 3rd. Yost Pork Festival, November 11th. Anegada, November 23rd. And the Anegada Lobster Festival, November 24th and 25th. BVI Food Fest, November 2018. Amazing Bar Crawl, Yost Crawl, Yost Van Dyke, November 11th. On the Rocks Bar Crawl, Virgin Gorda, November 16th. Taste of Virgin Gorda, November 17th. Lobster Crawl and cook-offs with world-renowned chefs and mixologists. For more information, visit bvifoodfed.com. BVI Food Fed, a celebration of BVI heritage, flavors, and traditions.
Oh my God.
Listen, Juicy Bear.
Well, welcome back to On Another Note. It has been an awesome show so far. Ladies, the conversations today were amazing. It was really good. It was juicy in several ways, apparently.
Listen.
But I want to say a really big thank you to the homeowner of this lovely, gorgeous, tropical home nestled straight in the hillsides in West End. Ladies, what did you think today?
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
We want to say thank you so much for opening up your home to us, and a special thank you to the cook. Listen, we got you next time. That porridge was on point. The coconut bread, woo!
Oh, coconut.
It's the devil. It's the
mouth's
devil.
still
Let me
watering
tell you,
from the
it really
coconut
is the
bread.
devil. So we want to say thank you to that.
Yes.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed today's show.
Yes.
Why did I say thoroughly enjoy? That sounds weird, right? But anyhow, I thoroughly enjoyed today's show. It's good to be
We saw
thorough.
you taking notes anyway. We saw you
Then
taking
it's
notes.
very important to be thorough.
Thorough cleaning, thorough eating.
And we can continue that conversation on our Facebook page if you want to talk about being thorough in certain areas. And in terms of being clean, in terms of the sex life, why not, you know?
Of course.
And I would like us to continue to talk about monogamy. I want to hear your thoughts, you know. Is it natural? Is it unnatural? And tell us your views. Why or why not? Thank you, ladies. For today, thank you, our magical TV land audience, and we will be back with more hot topics on another note. Bye-bye.
Listen.
I know you're ready to jump into that sauce again.
I tell you.